When was this?
In high school.
Oh, you were getting hit on in high school?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Wow. This guy. And also, we're famous too, so it's very different. It's not like, I get what you mean.
You're handsome, you're famous, what's going on?
Don't lie. Chief, I'm not famous, bro. No.
Love Chris Excel, man. That's my fighter.
Oh.
Nah, he'll turn against you one day.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, but for now, we're good, man.
He turns. MacG trending on Twitter.
Anti-establishment, man.
Yes.
People are tired. So we're BRICS.
Yes.
Where's the man? Where's the man?
What's the BRICS of
As long as you pull us, he pass forward. As is on go, we pass sideways and backwards. Team. So what I'm saying is that for me, I want the country.
You know, I was so skeptical to upload last week's episode, man.
What?
It was a mess.
It felt like him.
The Monday episode.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
The broadcaster in me was like, this is pop, my man.
Nah. How's the feedback?
No, people loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the room was like, upload. But you guys, you're dropping our standards, guys. We have to maintain the standards. The standards are high.
I remember calling Neo on Sunday also. I was just like, Neo, how are you feeling about the episode? You know, it's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
Pele, have you seen how many podcasts are coming for us?
Hey, guys.
That's what you get, for being the best. You're the standard. You're the target.
Yeah.
Oh, doo-doo.
What you got in there, Dudu? What did you bring us? Dudu?
Brought
I went to a man's
groceries.
heart is
Through his food.
Groceries.
Samar. She brought me food.
Did you bring food?
A woman after my heart.
Why only for so? What about us? Yeah, born again.
Yeah?
Born again.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, born again.
So did you
So you don't-
bring anything for me on Mac?
Hey, what about our stomachs?
Oh.
Hey,
What's going to your heart?
Shota nyabonga baby.
Hey. Hey.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are back. Dudu's here. Ghost Lady's here. Soap Penduka's here. Black Studio's here. Simpiwa is here. Fat Checker is here. Am I the only one who doesn't like the whole it's giving Zimbabwe vibes? You know that whole thing, it's giving Zimbabwe.
Oh, I also don't like
Is that
it.
a thing?
Yeah.
I know it's giving vibes, like it's giving what vibes? What's giving Zimbabwe vibes?
It started off this, I don't know who it was. I think it was TikTok. Someone was in the Eiffel Tower and they were showing the parts where like it doesn't look great. Like it's filthy.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris, yeah. It's filthy. There's like hobos everywhere. And they're like, it's giving Zimbabwe.
That's foul, man.
No, that's foul.
We have
man.
a lot of homeless people here as well. Every
Exactly.
country has that part of them. Why Zim specifically?
And Zim is such a beautiful country.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah.
people.
Zim, bro, always.
Why couldn't they say it's giving New York? You know, that fits. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember how you guys were then were disappointed? Hey.
I want to flex. We've never been to New York. We don't know.
It's overhyped, my man. There's nothing there, dog.
For real. But that's the thing. Every country has that part, Jersey, it's giving Jersey vibes. I mean, have you seen Jersey, the city, Jersey town?
Man, they went straight for Zimbabwe.
Guys.
I don't like
That's
that.
must be in Zimbabwe.
I want
What if it's just a joke also? Can we also just laugh at it?
Yeah, no. So it's just a joke. But I saw this thing on my WhatsApp status. It's so funny. Listen to this. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Listen to this. Okay, wait. Let me connect to the roadcaster. Hey. There's so many funny things that I see on my WhatsApp, man. It's insane. But have you seen on WhatsApp, bro?
There's something else also now.
Have you seen on WhatsApp, like the statuses are always like very, what's the word? It's always like philosophical life advice. It's always very serious. Like, get up and do it.
Sometimes it's just jokes. But yeah.
No, it's not
No,
jokes,
it's not even
bro.
jokes.
If you go on your WhatsApp now, you'll see something about God and how you need to wake up and go
quotes,
for
right?
it. Yeah. And if you're struggling, go on your WhatsApp now. You'll see.
People are going through the most. People need motivation. People want to give motivation. People lack motivation.
Yes. Like go on your WhatsApp, the first thing you'll see. If God has something for you, then it's...
Yeah, there's a scripture. You know, you get those.
Who tried the son?
Yeah, what?
You better change now.
How? It's incorrect. She just paused. Yo. Once you start calling her baby in the relationship, you can never call her by her birth name again, because apparently that's an insult. There's no motivation here, man.
But I'm telling you, here's one. The right people hear you differently.
Who's that?
Sticks, some friend of mine.
Oh gosh.
It's always motivation.
But generally, you're right. You're right, though.
It's always like sad.
People are going through the most, bro.
Hey?
Then you also get jokes.
Yeah, but the jokes are far and few between, man.
People are going through the most, man. Like, for real.
Nah.
People are going through the most.
Yeah? What's going on there? Fact check, what are you saying?
I'm trying to...
See, here's another one. The best revenge is no revenge. Move on. Be happy. Find inner peace. Flourish.
Love yourself first, because this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Wow, boy.
You're right.
Forget what this world tells you. You can be kind, humble, honest, love God, and be successful.
I've got one here. Start your day with prayer. You never know what it will block.
Yes, that one is big. Start your day with prayer.
Angelique says, just try.
In the morning, trust in God. In the evening, thank God. Make him truly the first and the last.
People are going through the most, man. But let me play you this thing that I saw. Here it is. Are you listening, Penduka? Listen to this. This is so funny.
Hey, Baba.
Sure.
What is Taban?
I'm sorry. We are not complete and we are not complete for the winner one next stand. The rules so low to
Hey, Baba. You should not be forgetting a time in I still see what is Taban.
Oh.
Hey, Baba.
Sure.
One night stand, Johnny.
That's a good one. What is Taban?
Listen to the way he says, Maksugel, baby, one night stand, pal. I'm going to walk off.
But people won't come fine.
Sure.
What is Taban?
I'm sorry. We are not complete and we are not complete for the winner one night stand. The rules so low to
Hey, Baba. You should not be forgetting a time in I still see what is Taban.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Wait, I'm lost at what is it about? Won't forget a time to Starboard. What's the set?
Star what?
Oh,
so you know we Starboard.
Yeah, and now it's just feel that.
Hey, what's again? Maybe one night stand.
Meanwhile, they're asking something else.
Have you ever been hit on by a guy though?
Yeah, I have.
Me too.
I think he was going there. I stopped them.
Yeah.
You know, we were at a camp, at a Psycha camp done by Psycha, South African accounting, whatever. And
wait, you at a camp?
Yeah.
When was this?
In high school.
Oh, you were getting hit on in high school?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Wow. This guy. So we're at a camp, right? And then they've picked like 3 kids from my school, other schools, random schools, you know what I mean? And it's a camp in Sabi, in Mpumalanga. Tutuga camp, they were called Tutuga camp, and math and science camp, as well as accounting. and all the kids doing okay, because got potential, get picked. And then this dude, we were cool after him cheat, you know, square and hola. Obviously, we just met there and stuff, you know. Then he starts saying, "You look handsome." I'm like, bruh.
He doesn't know you, this guy.
No. Like, dude, we became like friends.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We
Was he
became
from
like
the same
friends.
school? Or from different? Oh.
You know, just like we'll meet there, all our sharp, or you know.
Okay.
You know how much they can become friends, like 2 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
Like, feel pincham. Kanti, the vibes, then he starts complimenting me once, okay. Then when he got to handsome, I was like,
you're overreacting.
For real?
Oh, come on.
Have you told Catmaster, you're handsome?
No, I haven't, but if I were to, there's nothing wrong with that.
But
I could say it to you.
Yesterday, and I said, and then I'm complimenting that you are nice, you are handsome.
I saw you were feeling
real?
yourself. You were feeling yourself.
I don't think so.
real?
sir.
I'm handsome.
No,
What
if
else
you're
did he
handsome, you're
say?
handsome. Oh,
But I'm not handsome, that's the thing. But I'm not handsome, I know that.
he was feeling himself.
Yeah, he
that's
was
why.
feeling-
Look, as a way of saying, Mpanacho, you look great. I'm one, I compliment people, you know what I mean? Mpana, you look good, you know? Oh, boy, dapper, you know what I mean? Or something, but looking at me in the answer, you're handsome.
Yeah. So did you move away from him when you said that?
Nah, just be like, this situation is weird, man, you know?
Yeah.
I respect your choices or whatever, but I'm not
You
that
want to
way
respect your
inclined.
choices.
You went
respect
there.
your choices, but I'm not that way inclined. You
No,
know?
then wait, what did he
Something
say?
to that-
Was he not confused? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I just said you
He
had
acted
some.
confused, obviously.
He's
He's trying his luck. No, he's trying his luck. So obvious when I catch him trying his luck, he's not gonna say, you got me, boy. Boy. You know, he's not gonna say that. He's gonna act like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm like, nah. Man.
Did he touch you? Did he what?
Yeah.
What was so?
He didn't touch me.
So you, I don't think you're telling us.
overreact?
Did I
There's
lose a good friend? Did I lose a good friend?
You did.
No, I
You're
think-
handsome. We just met today morning. I'm handsome.
It's a compliment, dog. Take it.
unless I feel
I want
like
to take it. That's the thing. I don't want to take anything of his.
I feel like maybe there's some parts you're not telling us. There's for you to felt that way. Then maybe there's things that he did that
I can't remember right now, but after that statement, everything else then, obviously you're going to analyze all the nice things and you'll be like,
What did he do also? What had he done?
He was just very nice, you know? Like, too nice. Like, but I was young also. I was like maybe 16, 17. But that's my one memory I can remember being hit on by a guy. And then I think I have been hit on by a guy before. I just can't remember now because it didn't traumatize me or stay.
I remember there was a time when me and my cousins, like back in the days, we were going to a gig with Shimza, right? So I'm driving and then Shimza's at the back with my cousin, right?
Yeah.
And then my cousin was fucking around with him. He kept brushing his thigh. He kept saying, "Oh, she hit me." And then Shimmy started getting mad. He kept saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, you see this friend of yours? This cousin of yours, I'm gonna fuck him up." And he kept brushing it.
But there's niggas who play like that, and it's always weird. There's always niggas who play like that. But it's always like, that's a weird way of playing also, you know? Unless, and you act like you're playing and you are not really expressing. And I think it's a subtle way of guys trying to, communicate the idea that they may be.
It's just banter, man. It's not that serious. It's just banter, dog.
For real?
Yeah. I don't think my cousin want to do something with Shimmy. Come on, now.
Why would he? Does he do it to all guys?
No, he was just fucking around in that moment.
Wow. Hey.
It's still a weird way.
Have you ever been hit on by a girl's lady?
By a girl. No, but remember, us girls, you don't. You know how girls, when someone is drunk, you have that friend that is like when they get drunk, they want to kiss.
Oh yeah.
So it's like because when you So it's that, but I don't think that they're necessarily. So, but I think we girls are more expressive. So it's.
So
not
when you got
really
drunk, you've
that,
never
like-
kissed another girl?
No.
Wow.
I don't.
Dude, let's not even ask
Dudu,
Dudu. That's every
wow.
weekend.
I'm sure Dudu was dropped off by a girl right now.
I remember I was at a club once. Gay guy came up to me. He's like, "Let's go to the bathroom. I'll suck your dick." I was like, "Oh, no. I'm cool, man. Thank you very much." But I was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
What's his name?
You see, that's
What
straightforward,
good.
not
That's
like...
good.
Sakile. Wow, they come Sakile.
Oh, shit. Have you ever wondered, dog? I don't
Hey,
know
what
if-
did you say?
No, I was like, no, I'm cool. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Have you ever wondered, man? Maybe it's just me, no? Have you ever wondered if a girl gives good head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever wonder, like, where did she learn it from? Like, why
I've
is she
said
so
something
good?
like that before.
Hey,
There's always a part of you that thinks that.
meh.
There is always a part of you.
Like, where does she learn this from?
Our guys,
Yes,
with
there's
all the
always a part of you.
training and all the, you can research.
Oh, how do you research sucking a dick?
And then you need
Yeah,
to.
you can go on Google right
theory.
now.
That's theory. Then you need
Perfect way to suck.
Then you need a practical.
Yeah.
Then you need a practical.
Then there's Pornhub for that. guys.
Some can say bugeni Pornhub, but then you need ama practicals. That's theory, right? Siyabona sibukele, and then you need ama practicals. Uyenza ama practicals now as a student.
So what if the practical is the first day and then obviously then you master it? So then it's like you did the practical, so did the practical with you and then I mastered the whole thing.
No, there's girls that are good. You can tell she's got some
you see-
hours and minutes under her belt.
And yo, no, for real. He's right. And that's the reason why some girls don't want to be super free with a guy because of they are scared you'll judge. You'll be like, hey, ufunde so much.
You think so?
You know what
Yes.
it's like when you're coming back home from, like, let's say I had a gig, you know, in Botswana, for example, or wherever, and I'm out the country or I'm not home for 4 days, 5 days. Those are the times when you come back. That sex, you must not try anything new because it'll be like ufundeni.
I used
You get me?
no.
I fear that. So- and I'm like, today in are different. And I'm just innocent. I didn't get up to anything, but you always have that fear. It's like, if your man hasn't seen you, he's gone with work for a month, and he comes back at baby, obviously you'd be like, boy, is that?
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't feel
Let's
like
be
that.
honest.
I wouldn't feel like that.
So how did you become good, Ghost Lady?
How did I-
Practicals or theory?
Okay. Oh, I've got the hours and the minutes and the time. Under my belt.
Practical.
I'm be practical.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, the practicals were when I was with him now.
Yeah, when you're married, it's different. Okay, let's ask Fat Checker.
Yeah.
She's
I'm just saying
married.
it's the same. Like, it's okay.
Fat Checker, I'm sure you're good, right? You know you're good, no? Hmm? Are you good, yes or no? You don't know if you're good or not.
I don't know.
But do you have minutes under your belt?
Doesn't.
Seconds.
Nah.
Okay, seconds,
Yeah.
not minutes. I have like, yeah.
So did you watch
Seconds.
Seconds.
Pornhub
Also, you
and
suck
stuff?
once and then you come for seconds.
Did you watch Pornhub like Ghost Lady?
No, you don't learn from Pornhub. No. You
So-
just
You do.
Nah, not really. Because okay, I'm not gonna disclose much, but there are those specific people who don't want it with teeth, others who'd want you to bite and stuff.
But you have to do it with teeth and bite first so to know or no. That's not how you do it.
You get me? And then as time goes by, you start
These
understanding.
guys want you to bite.
Not
It just demonstrated. Like,
not bite, but like to have the teeth like grooving, yeah.
Groovy!
Yeah.
Hey, that's giving Zimbabwe. That one. It's giving. Oh, that's giving.
Grooving, yeah, they're groovy. Yes, grooving.
yeah.
Check out got a groove back.
I
Damn.
think also don't you ask the person that you're with, like, what do they prefer and what they like? I don't think it's that much of like something to master. It's just like, okay, once you're with the person, it's like, okay, do you like it like this? Yes, whatever, you know?
No, there's a scale, man. There's girls that just get it without even saying anything. They just know
Yeah.
what to do.
And to be honest, I would rather prefer she's good and I know that she's maybe had years of experience for her to get this good than there's nothing adorable about someone giving bad head. Also, you know, so like, she's a virgin, boy, she's bad head. You know, it's like, I'd rather have, you know, her be like, yeah, okay, she's been around, but it's good. Because at that moment, you're enjoying the pleasure. It's your pleasure. It's all yours at that moment, and that's what matters, bro.
But are you not missing the part where are we talking about just this is a one night stand, whereas obviously you must come correct and stuff. But if it's a relationship, guys, there's the longevity of the relationship and the getting better and
you learn. That's
you
fine.
learn
also.
each other. So,
But why does it hurt more if a girl is cheated on you, and she's like, yo, I fucked this guy. You're like, oh fuck, why did you do that? And then she's like, I sucked this dick. Hey, that hurts worse, bro. You don't think so?
So if a girl cheated on you, you'd prefer just getting smashed as opposed to dick suck?
Yeah, bro.
It all hurts, bro.
But sucking dick, no.
It all hurts, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna kiss her now.
Hey, imagine, dog.
But the thing is, and that's a fucked up thing, right? Because already before she was
girls
with
just
you,
must never tell, man.
eh?
That's the best way. Then girls just don't ever tell.
Yes, because
If you're so fragile about it, unless if you know that it's gonna hurt you, then okay, go ahead. But if you know, okay, this is going to, it's gonna forgive you for just sleeping and just having the sex, it's fine. But if it went to oral, then you're gonna have a problem. Don't tell them.
and also like. It's weird because of, like you're saying, if she cheated on you and she sucked someone's dick, you're uncomfortable with it. But coming into the relationship, she'd already sucked other people's dicks and you kissed her before you even fucked. You kissed her. But it's weird if it was during your era.
It stings, man. It stings, bro. It stings. Imagine, right? I come to him like, I fucked your girl. Sharp. And then I come to him like, your girl sucked my dick.
Yeah, because sucking dick, why does it need to happen? You know what I mean? It's like, it's extra. It's like, did what? It's too extra. It's like, it's like, ow. I get you. I get you getting fucked. Yeah. But now you went on your knees.
You know what I mean?
Or he laid on his back and you literally... Oh, yeah.
It's too much, man.
Just weak.
It's too
nothing.
much. It's too much, man.
Yeah.
Do you have a celebrity pass in your relationship?
A celebrity pass? What do you mean?
Like you can smash one celebrity and she wouldn't mind.
I don't.
You don't?
It's different, but it's different for us because, like, you could meet that celebrity tomorrow, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and also we're famous too, so it's very different. It's not like I get what you mean.
You're handsome. You're famous. What's going on?
Don't lie. Chief, I'm not famous, bro. No, what I'm saying is it's too close to home. Maybe other people have that thing that, maybe. And also, you give a girl a celebrity pass because, like, what are the chances you'll ever meet them?
Okay, I get you. You
get me? But with me, it's, you
okay, so let's say you're not famous.
And the celebrities want to smash you also, so.
Let's say you're not famous and you're not handsome.
Oh, yeah. If it's not South African, I give a pass.
Who would your celebrity pass be?
As in, I want a pass.
Yeah.
To smash.
Yeah, a celebrity.
Oh, damn. Whoa.
You, ghost lady?
Hey, Ting
For me?
Yeah.
Or what Mnaga is giving me the pass.
Answer the ask. Who's your celebrity pass?
Yeah, when Mnaga says, Nango Muntu. I'll understand.
No. I think for the pass I only have is rather be with a woman.
No, man. For the purpose of the podcast, who's your celebrity pass?
No, are you saying that which pass did he give me?
No, we're saying
just
now we're
me.
recording a celebrity. Who's your celebrity pass? Penduka, you don't have one yet.
I'm still thinking, yes.
No. They're trying to give me Prince KB. Hell no.
There aren't any celebrities I find like that.
No way.
Like, I want to like that. Like, Yonyamfuna. Like, ngam fitiza. No, I'm thinking.
For me, it used to be Mitlali. And then she got with this guy, man. Something, it's giving Zimbabwe vibes, this guy. But then I watched Shaka.
No, you just saw that she's out of your league.
Now she's out of my league, yeah, true. But I watched Shaka and Nandi. Yes.
Yeah, Nomzamo. Oh, she's gorgeous.
Okay. You know what that happened, what that led to?
Yeah.
Remember when you said you'd like Mihlale, then for your woman said you're not going to ever interview Mihlale. Now we're not going to ever interview Nomzamo.
No, she doesn't want to come. They both don't want to come. I don't know why, but anyway. So you got no one? No one.
I'm thinking, bro.
Come on.
Talk about man. Who have I spoken about? That's how much the Spiwe.
Sure.
At the moment, no one. I won't lie.
Blue Bombo's sister, the twin
Bombo.
sister. You.
Brown. Yeah, there was a period. Yeah, there was a period I could have. Yeah, there was a period.
London?
Yeah. London. Actually, it would be London. If there was ever to be a pass, London.
She's your type, eh?
Yes, it is very much my. It would be London. Very much. Oh.
For me, it's like your American basketball players. Just
Which one? There's so many.
trying to. That's why I don't watch
Zion.
Who's Zion?
Oh.
No, I don't know. Like,
You don't know?
one of them.
LeBron.
Yeah, but he's got that like out marry LeBron. Like he's that.
Yeah, it does look like
marry.
Naga.
Yeah.
It looks like Naga.
Yeah.
He's there. I'm like settling down. Like, listen, yeah.
So your pass, you'd go for an American Mnaga.
That's a cop-out, though, to mention an American. We want local people. People we know that we can meet tomorrow.
Hey.
Okay, the guy who plays Shaka.
Which Shaka?
No,
The grown-up Shaga.
No. Shaka's dead.
Oh,
Sense
Sense
of
Akon.
okay.
He's got
Sense
bad.
Akon.
Like,
Yeah.
He's always showing his he's always like this.
He's always
eh?
showing off the
Okay. Yeah, now he's handsome. Solid. That's handsome.
Now that's a handsome nigga. We understand. Now that's a handsome guy. Oh, really handsome. What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Anyway,
Yeah.
Ghost Lady, what's been happening, man? What's been happening?
oh, guys, did you hear about so it was on Twitter, talking about a pitch black Afro. You know, he's been released from prison.
Damn.
Yeah, after he was obviously went inside for the murder of his wife then. And now people were going on Twitter about, we are going to give him the platform of coming to tell his story here. So there was that uproar. Are we going to give him, are we going to reach out to him to actually come through to the podcast?
Yeah, why not? We don't judge anybody, bro. This is a platform for anyone. Anyone can come through, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, we're not God.
we're not judges.
Who are we to
don't
judge?
people. Look, if the president thinks he should have a remission of sentence, who are we to say he can't have an interview if he wants an interview? You know, obviously, to talk about his story, not just what happened in that room. Because he was charged for culpable homicide. She died from a blunt trauma to her head. Damn. So he says he pushed her, but obviously he wasn't trying to...
They were having an altercation.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to murder her,
Yeah.
but she ended up dead. So
Yeah.
it was...
Let me run a
culpable
poll
homicide.
with the chillers and ask them if we should have Pitch Black Afro or not. But that's crazy,
But I
man.
think that
wild,
poll will be a yes. I feel like already chillers will say yes, definitely we can.
Should we have Pitch Black? Should we have Pitch Black?
Afro!
Black Afro. How long was he in there for?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
The murder happened.
He was sentenced for 10. Yeah, but
For 10?
yeah.
Jeez, man. Jeez, man.
Doesn't that guy, the Valentine's guy, doesn't want to come out? Oscar. Does he want to come out?
Who's Oscar Pistorius?
Yeah, I heard he wants to come out.
Yeah, he's been trying to come out.
Yeah, but he keeps on getting he's been trying, but they would always extend.
Yeah,
He was
he had
already
his
up for
parole denied now. I
Yeah.
think it's going to like a court or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because the family, I think they also feel like he's not been like rehabilitated like properly. He's still going through issues.
And it's very quick also to say, because I saw comments like this with Pitch Black Afro, it shows that a black woman's life is not worthy as much as a white woman's wife. But obviously, the judges the judgments are two different things. You know, one is culpable homicide.
yeah.
The other one shot numerous bullets through a door. Really, you know what I mean? It's different cases as well, you know, not to say Pitch Black Afro should be out, because if it was my sister he had killed, I would want him to rot in jail,
Of
you
course.
know? Because there was only the two of them. And Ushayungabo and that, kinda.
Crazy.
Yeah, he says he pushed her. So there was really not much evidence to say it was murder. Even if it probably was, only he knows the truth, right?
Yeah.
But the two cases are slightly different as well.
I did the poll. Remind me in like 20 minutes to read out.
Oh, to check.
Okay, cool.
But speaking about cases, Lady Zamar, can we close the Lady Zamar's Java thing, guys? Once and for all, can we just close it, man?
How do we close it?
No. I watched the interview on, I think it was trending over there. I also watched
Oh, it started. That Unfollowed show.
Unfollowed show.
With
Yeah.
some
she was
beginning
the
of hot.
first. Yes.
The gay Nolene.
Yeah.
That's just funny, man. That's funny. Ain't no need. I didn't see that coming, right?
Then you're gonna say the show is a mess. you start the mess. Retract. You start this. You know?
Why is that so funny?
You were saying, Ghost Lady, talk to us.
No, so I was watching. I was excited to watch the whole interview and just hearing her narrate the whole story again of what had happened. You again see that, you know, you can't take away the fact that something happened. You know, you can't totally deny just because the charges were dropped, you know, in courts. It doesn't mean that this thing, whatever, didn't happen, you know. So it's just unfortunate that, and I just wish her healing. And, you know, you can see she's coming from a place of just trauma and it's been just hard on her. And, I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. She has to stand her ground also and not give up. Because this definitely happened to her, you know. So we can't just say, no, we're tired of it. No.
Penduka?
Yeah, look, to be fair, you know, if Boom Cheetah, you know, if Boom Cheetah as opposed to a female would be like, yeah, you know, let's just move on from it, you know what I mean? So I think, let's just move on from it, you know? Because what happened to the case, it's not like Bate not guilty or, right?
It was just, I think, due to not sufficient evidence or something like that.
Yeah, there wasn't sufficient evidence.
Yes, so which means, and remember in those cases, it does not mean the accusation or the alleged, or in this case, the rape.
He was not exonerated.
Yes,
yeah,
he was not exonerated. It's just about evidence was not sufficient.
And very generally with those kind of cases, it's always the case. That's generally always. I can tell you now, even not the Jupe case, it may even end up like that, which there's not enough evidence, or, you know, because generally, let's be honest.
With the new 13 charges that have been put for him now?
Damn.
Yeah, Jupe, you know that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's another case that is...
For me, like with the Lady Zamar thing, right? As a person who maybe feels some kind of way about her, if I go and she at the stadium, she's performing, I wouldn't necessarily boo her. I'm still entitled to feel how I feel about her. With you, like a person would say, you try to ruin Java's life, you know, and the case didn't succeed, whatever. But I wouldn't bully her necessarily on Twitter, you know what I mean? I'm not saying people must now think she's an angel. Have your own thoughts, but just let her also just do her work as well, you know? Don't necessarily bully her on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily boo her or spit on her when you see her. Let her go and live her life, but you're still entitled to feel how you feel about her. And if you feel like she's a witch, which a lot of people express a lot, then they're entitled to feel that way, but then it doesn't necessarily mean they must be at liberty to bully her online.
The way I see it.
So let her live.
The way I see it, to me, while I was watching that interview, Lady Zamar struck me as someone who's got a God complex.
Okay.
And if you look at the trajectory of her career at the time when that happened, she was at the height of her career, at the top, you know? And, you know, naturally with anyone being that big, you think you are God. Like, everybody's singing your praises, you release music, it's gold, you're performing everywhere, everybody loves you, right? So naturally you can feel like you're above everyone. Like, you're a God, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there was a point during the interview, she's like, I'm Lady Zamar. Like, how could someone do that to me? Like, I'm Lady Zamar. Like, I'm this God, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like...
I think it was to that level.
But listen to what I'm saying. So I feel like when Java went on stage with his wife, and then people started coming for her, saying she's a side chick, it really enraged her. Because now you're denting her ego per se, right? And her ego is at the ultimate high, right? And you know, like in relationships, when you guys are fighting, you'll say stuff just to hurt the other person. And then after you've come down at a later stage, you're like, shit, actually, I apologize for saying that. In hindsight, I really didn't mean it. I was just angry and I just wanted to piss you off.
Yes.
So I think that was going on with her. And then she tweeted the rape thing to get at him.
Oh, I see.
Knowing,
so in a fit of rage.
It's
you saying that example you just made.
Yeah.
In an argument, you're saying the foulest shit to hurt the person.
To hurt the person.
In a fit of rage without thinking, yes.
And remember at that time, like the Me Too movement was fucking booming.
Oh, the Me Too.
So she knew whatever she says about rape,
like,
he's done, right?
Me Too, yeah.
But now, she tweets it, right? After she tweets it, okay, now she's calmed down, thinking about it. But because she's tweeted it, she can't go back.
Like words,
you know what I mean? You can't go back on it. It's at a public platform. She's a woman. She's got to stand behind these women. It's a big thing. So it was from then on, I think she just had to ride with it. And she can't turn back, because if she turns back now...
if she apologizes, that's her legacy.
I think that's what happened.
If she apologizes, her legacy would be you falsely accuse someone of rape. If she concedes that Shane did falsely accuse them.
That's what I think happened.
That is a sound...
But you remember how when
logic.
Because she only tweeted she got raped 4 days after the whole thing where Java brought on his wife.
Timing,
boys.
I remember that event very beautifully.
So imagine she goes on social media for 4 days and everybody's saying you're a homewrecker, you're a side chick, and this is Lady Zamar, bro. She took a hit to her ego.
Damn, that makes sense. Doesn't it make sense? It really it's sound. It's a sound argument.
It's
no.
It's your perspective, and also it's a perspective.
Because also, you see, the thing is, and you're right? Whether it's a legit case that she has or not, the timing of it. It's like right after the biggest nights of Java's career at that moment.
Regardless,
the timing is also, I know you can press charges whenever you feel ready.
Yeah.
We get that, but let's be honest about that timing. Does make it look so weird.
No.
You're saying
it's like after Road to 1 Million, one of our exes then comes out and says something foul or whatever. You know, it may have happened, and her case may be legit, but the timing will always be questioned.
Because it's just, maybe she was triggered by that. Like, actually, here you are being celebrated and you did this to me. Because remember, even when she narrated the story, it was after she had, I think, some breast augmentation surgery. So it was obviously, she was not even supposed to be intimate with anyone, but allegedly he forced himself on her. So that's when the relationship started, and then the relationship just continued from there.
Wait. She had boobs done, and then what happened?
So she had gone to surgery for breast augmentation. So I think she was making her boobs were being made smaller.
Okay.
And obviously, doctor's instructions is that do not be intimate, do not do anything. And then I think she went to I don't know if she went to Java or Java's came to her. And then that's when the sex, the whole sex.
That's giving Zimbabwe, man. Which nigga is going to have sex with a woman and her tits are hanging out and she's got surgery? Come on now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
some strange
that also made me cringe. Like, geez, that is hectic.
There is a nigga out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, niggas have strange fetishes and stuff. So don't rule that one off.
No,
he'll sing about it. Come on, guys.
Unabubele.
Let's go, fact check.
You guys, okay, if what you're stating is right, now, hypothetically speaking, then why would they continue with the case at the NPA? Because she did not drop the charges. It went all the way through the investigations and stuff, and was taken to court.
She's got to run with it. What else can she do? She can't say, guys, I was mad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was just, I was so angry and pissed.
She's got to ride with
it
it.
without thinking.
And that's why the case was dropped, because there's no evidence.
No. Okay.
But it's very difficult also. Let's also be honest.
Can I answer to that?
Cases, hence I said, even with Jub, it may end up there. Because it's very difficult to prove rape. It's just... Period. It's just difficult. Unless it happened the day after. If it's years or months.
And not only that, they were in a relationship when that happened. Exactly. So it could also be a matter of consent. It could have been taken into different contexts and stories. Mm-hmm. And rape is one of the most difficult cases to prosecute in court. Mostly when it comes to spousals, like a couple.
Spousal, right.
Because... obviously, there are those specific people or moments where you don't want to give your partner some and they take it. You get me? Do we then rule it as rape or just the fact that you were not in the mood and they misunderstood your language at that time? And the mere fact that it was just the two of them in that room and there were no evidences or witnesses present, it's very hard to actually find if
Do you believe she was raped?
I'm the type of...
Yes, no. You know, I'm the type, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? No bull.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, but I do believe that it was harassment. I do believe that she was harassed. But as to push it to the extent of rape, I don't know. You could have seen the red flags. Has he done this before? That's the question.
And another thing is, you know what these cases, you know when a celebrity is in the public eye for rape, usually, and I'm not saying it happens all the time, but usually other women will come if that's his behavior. Other women will come and say,
generally,
you also did this to me.
Yes, I've been.
Then it's surviving.
Because I see others are coming out now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You see.
You
see. There's always. There's always.
There's always like,
it's his behavior.
It's habits.
Yeah.
So still. Exactly.
There's always a first, though. But I'm what if I was too many what ifs now? What ifs?
You, Kanye, do you feel she got raped? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You, Penduka?
Nah. As a muntu with my own opinion, nah, I don't
because
think
she said no, and he continued. Guys, it becomes rape when someone says no. And they continue, rape. You've just crossed that line.
True, but we don't know if that happened.
The line between consent and rape is very thin.
We know the definition of rape. No. Kanye, we know the definition of rape. We know that spousal rape happens. Boyfriends, girlfriends rape boyfriends. Boyfriends rape girlfriends. We know. Boyfriends rape boyfriends. Girlfriends rape girlfriends. We know, right? It does happen. We know the definition of it, but I'm just saying, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like what you just said, explain now makes so much sense also, you know? Look, we're not in the room at the end of the day. We're people with our own opinions, but the timing as well, like, you know what I mean? It would seem she got triggered by that, which you just said, you know?
Yeah.
Ghost Lady, what else you got for us, man?
There was also a story of Katlego Maboe's baby mama. So she took onto social media to air her grievances once more. And it's due to that in relation with the school fees for their child. And she claims that she can't afford it, like to pay it. And also now Katlego is not coming through in terms of, because he only pays half. So it became a whole, because she was just ranting like on her, was it Instagram, I think. And she just spoke about how she's having difficulties, you know, with, and now, because he's getting this big salary and he's not footing the bill to assist with the kid, right? Especially with the school that they're going to right now. So for me, like I had this kind of, I was like in two ways. When the initial things broke down about them breaking up and how she exposed him with the whole, you are cheating, and obviously how it had affected their relationship. I think you see when two parties are just fighting, right? The couple. And you get into a space where you say things, again, similar to what Lady Zamar and Java. You say things that are hurtful, and obviously it's like, I'm going to take you down. You'll never be able to see us and the child. I'm going to take care of the child alone. And then obviously you're almost happy at the downfall. The guy has now been able to rise up, and maybe he could have be in this thing of, you said you don't want me. You said you don't want me to see the child, or whatever the things that she spoke in anger. And maybe he's still going through that. Now, she has to come back and go, oh, now you're not taking care. So it's always these things that you say in English, you have to manage yourself, even no matter how angry you are, so that it does not affect the future, because you had to think of the child first and foremost, instead of saying all of these things and now it's affecting and look how it's playing out. She's in need of him, but you were also the one who took him down. You get it? So,
she wants him to burn.
but
She wants him to burn. Until he burns, she's not happy.
but look
foul,
at it
man.
now.
She's foul, bro.
Because,
Yeah.
dude, you wanted bread out
I'm
of this
not
guy's
impressed
mouth,
with her, I'll be
right?
honest. Yeah.
And also, secondly, she's not saying Wuti. Is she saying Wuti is not contributing, or she's not happy with what he's contributing?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Also, baby mamas must understand. Umdana way to say too, right? So we go half, right? And if I contribute something, then I've contributed something towards Umdana. Then you contribute the rest. If it's going, you must meet me halfway. So he's saying he's paying his half for the school fees.
Yeah.
She can't afford. Then let them take the kid to a school fees she can afford.
But
A school she can afford.
He's adamant that the child must stay at a certain school. And that's where the issue also started, erupted from as well. Is that,
Okay, but that's also different. Like, if I'm earning R1 million, right, a month, and I want my kid to go to a super private school, I also, to be honest, can't say, let's go half and half. It's like,
you can't, yeah.
it's like, Mac, we're friends. You the rich friend, I'm the broke friend, right? We normally go half and half on lunch or beers. And then you decide to take us to a super fancy place where a beer's $80. Surely then you must cover that bill. Because why are we here, right?
No, striped nose is only 20, I think 15 rand, I think.
Yeah, well, exactly. Then we can go half and half now, right? Honestly, if he's adamant the kid must stay in that school, then he must pay school fees.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm a nigga and my baby mama is rich and she wants the kid to go to St. Stithians and I can't afford, or Hilton College and I can't afford it, she must pay the fees.
Also, why does she like to go onto social media?
Yeah.
That's
another
Because
thing.
she wants to see him burn. Like, literally wants to see him burn. I mean, this could have been sorted between the two of them.
Because he responded, I think I saw a tweet. Not a tweet. He responded on his post that just like peace, obviously, just.
I like, what's his name? Who's this person? Chris Excel. He tweeted. Love Chris Excel, man. That's my fighter there.
Oh.
Nah, he'll turn against you one day.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, but for now we're good, man.
He turns. Suninu Sumum Suga MacG trending on Twitter.
They're in a happy relationship
He
right
turned
now.
on you, man.
That nigga will turn on you.
Turned on you.
Will turn on you just like that.
Oh, did he turn on you?
Suninu Suga song. Suninu likes. That's why I don't even comment on his shit anymore. I don't say anything. I just watch him like do his thing.
him.
I used to till he turned on me.
Now you're a hater.
For me, for like.
We'll resolve it in court.
This is what he tweeted. That which worked very hard for Katlego Maboe to lose everything he worked hard for.
Yeah.
She didn't think for the kids. Now that the brother dusted himself off and got a second chance in life, she's coming out of nowhere to fight her battles using kids. Cease, my fight.
That's
I love you.
exactly what I thought.
Sunuga solve.
You want a Chris? What's gonna make it trend? He's gonna make it trend again. Sunga Soul will trending Monday.
Okay, just to correct, apparently, according to IOL, he does not pay.
Hey, shout out to IOL, man. First good publicity we got in 3 years.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, shout out to IOL. Yeah, IOL. Shout out IOL. Yeah.
What a charismatic MacG. Got
Shout out, man, Dr. Iqbal.
According to IOL, she states that he does not support financially at all. It's not only.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. You see, that's the thing. We don't have the receipts. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
He doesn't want no smoke, man.
Yeah, and also maybe she's not happy with the amount. And also, guys, if Umuntu, because she did mention he earns 6 figures or whatever, if he earns 6 figures sharp, but Mali no kulusumdana also, you know what I mean? Let's not act like kulusumdana. Oh, yeah. Let's not act like kulusumdana. What I earn no kulusumdana. Siyawazi Mali no kulusumdana. That's kulusana. You know why? Like, you dude, okay, if a nigga is earning 6 figures.
Yeah.
And then, for example, he contributes, let's say, 30 scoto, right? Which is a lot. Then the woman still won't be happy because she's comparing what he's contributing to what he's earning. Meanwhile, he's got a new woman. He's got his own life. He will probably have his own kids as well outside of baby mama that he needs to take care of as well. Is he contributing enough is what matters. But ladies seem like, no, element of it, they want to make you pay, you know? They want to make you, it's like you're paying X tax. You know what I mean? The tax for being an X.
Yep.
Because it's like they want to make you pay. There's a sinister way of wanting to make a nigga pay. Like, guys, we're trying to raise a kid here, right?
Together.
He must go to a decent school. He must be clothed. He must have food.
True.
You know what I mean? We're not trying to harm one another because of things didn't work out between the two of us. And I'm getting a lot of that with her.
Yep.
Yeah.
To begin with, we shouldn't even be here because she wanted him to be out and broke with nothing. Yes, arrested. We shouldn't even be here because if she got what she had wanted, that man would be in prison or something.
Yeah.
The man would be untouchable. He'd be blackballed and blacklisted. No one would touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
So, like, we shouldn't even be here.
Yeah. Shout out to Samkele, Maseko, as well as Zimasa, Mustafa, Vabaza. Vabaza, ne?
Vabaza,
ne?
Vabaza, man.
Yeah.
Ongama, molo ongama.
Molo.
That's Samkele.
They're in the building because we want to chat about BRICS.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we're going to chat to them shortly. Eh? Anything else you want to talk about, Kaduka?
Nah, man, I'm good. Shout out to I haven't been watching. Have you guys been following the World Athletics?
No,
not at
all.
The guy from Botswana, Letsile Tebogo, came second. I mean, which is I think quite a huge feat. So shout out to him. Unfortunately, Akane Simbine got disqualified, which is our go to 100-meter guy in the semifinals. So hard luck to him. But shout out to Botswana, Letsile Tebogo been representing, man.
Nice.
Beautiful story.
Did anyone go to 702 Walk the Talk?
Hi, Bo.
Hey, I heard it was giving Zimbabwe there, man.
I heard someone proposed it.
Serious?
Yeah. Someone proposed it.
In the dust.
They were stuck for 10 caves or something. Cradle of mankind, and someone proposed. Crazy.
Hey, people were complaining. You know the clever blacks.
Buy happy to begin with. What were you complaining about this?
It was terrible. Like the organization, everybody was just dusty.
The cradle of mankind.
Yeah, they went to the cradle of mankind.
Yeah,
you expect to walk on a red carpet or something.
And I've been to a couple that didn't look like the ones that I'm used to.
That thing is big, yeah. Walk the talks every year. I think it's...
but they seem
Isn't it
Do you know how many
their
emails we get from people that work in Prime Media trying to join the podcast?
For real?
Yeah, so many, bro.
Hire them all.
It's a sinking ship there.
Hire them all.
Nah.
Yeah, fuck all of them. Come through. Let's walk the talk less side. Come through.
Before we chat about BRICS, I gotta let you know, chillers, mark your calendars.
Oh, yeah?
September the 16th.
Yeah?
We've got the Para Para FM Royal Heritage Festival, which is taking center stage in Thando Venda. So we're going back to my hometown.
Hey, Venda. Hey, the numbers in Venda.
We're going to be there. Podcast and Chill Network is going to be there. This event celebrates South Africa's rich cultural heritage and features the country's biggest artists. The festival aims to boost tourism in Limpopo and showcases incredible artists including Young Stana, Musa Keys, Nadia Nakai, MacG, Buster 929, Soul Peluka, myself, and many, many more. Grab your tickets at ticketpro.co.za. We've got a link in the description box below for easy purchase. Don't miss out. And it's my first one, but I'm hearing it's like Durban, July, but in Limpopo.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we buy the Nandoni Dam there.
There's a horse race.
No,
There's no
horses.
horse race.
No horses.
No, it has Durban July vibes.
Yeah.
Without the horses.
The atmosphere is Durban July without
the horses.
and the POPs.
Hey, there's POPs in
there's
Venda.
There's POPs in Venda.
And what drama in
There's
it?
money.
There's POPs in Venda.
And what drama in it? And they want geo payment now. Not e-wallet.
There's no network there. How are you going to do that your payment? There's no network in there. There's no network. Wow, damn this. Wow, okay, can't wait, man. Sounds fun.
Yeah, 16 September, we're going to be out there. Get your tickets. Also, Taz, in celebration of Women's Month, she's giving away 3 free readings to female chillers.
Oh.
Yeah, so just email tazsingsa@gmail.com if you want her to do a reading for you. Also, she's giving away 10 tickets for an event that she's hosting at Radisson Hotel OR Tambo on the 16th of September. It's called Master Your Energy in Conversation with Taz Singh. Email the same email as well if you want to win tickets. You know, Taz, we love Taz, man.
Yeah, we love Taz big time. Shout out to Taz. She's family.
When last did she do a reading for you?
Been a minute.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't just do J&J, you know? Like, because, you know, like sometimes, put them calm, you want a reading. It becomes... You don't want to get too used to it, you know what I mean? And use it as a crutch. Yeah. Sometimes just let life unfold, you know? Yeah. When something is really weird, then maybe. Yeah. And I haven't had that in a while. So I stay away from it. I don't want to get addicted to doing readings, you know? Like I'm readings for anything.
Sound of Freedom is now showing at State Kiniko Cinemas. This blockbuster based on a true story unveils child trafficking, and you're gonna want those tickets ASAP. This global buzz is about an action-packed film recounting the transformation of a former agent into a vigilante hero. Join Tim Ballard's courageous journey to rescue trafficked children. Jim, known for his role as Jesus in The Passion of Christ, portrays Ballard. South Africa, second after the USA, premieres Sound of Freedom with the UK and Europe from September.
Anything.
All right, cool, man. I'm excited. Please welcome Samkele and Zimasa. So we ran a poll. Should we have Pitch Black Afro on the show? 83% of chillers say yes.
Oh, wow.
17% say no. Let me read some comments. Sydney D28/6 says he's my all-time favorite artist, one of the most talented artists and yet the most underrated. Yes, sifuti wena duduzile yega lento yako yogu sklelela abantu engisabazi on the Thursday episodes. Please invite Pitch Black.
Is that you rap like Pitch Black Afro?
Dudu, please bring Advocate Mkwebane because media has an agenda towards her, so surely everyone would love to hear her side of the story from a huge platform outside of captured media. Who's that advocate? Do you know?
The public protector, outgoing.
Oh, the outgoing?
Yeah, she's only done when now. Now in October, ne? It's now, yeah. So outgoing, yeah, public protector.
Do you think we should have her?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, why not?
Definitely.
Why not?
Yeah. They'll love her.
You'll get firebombs on the current administration. So
Oh, yeah. Smolanyana or big skeletons. So, boom.
All of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Samkele Maseko. He's a seasoned journalist and social commentator and media maverick Zimasa Mustafa Vabaza.
Zimasa!
So the reason we wanted you guys on the show today is to talk about BRICS, because I've seen on my status, people are getting excited. I saw someone saying, hey, please don't judge me when I buy Lamborghini next year.
Yeah. People are getting ahead of themselves.
Way ahead of themselves.
Way ahead.
So Samkele, please tell us, man, why the fascination about BRICS now? Because it's been around for about 17 years, right? Yeah.
Look, the fascination about BRICS currently is that there is a need for an alternative. If you look at the current payment systems and financial systems across the world, they're largely controlled by the Western countries, and in particular the United States of America. You look at the SWIFT system and how it's left the people of Russia down and out. And for the first 2 months, Russia struggled. But today, if you go to Russia, those Russians are telling you that we need to make this work and we need to make it work for ourselves. We need to create an alternative, which is pretty much something that was pushed by Lula da Silva, the president of Brazil, something pushed by Vladimir Putin, something pushed by also China. You look at the payment systems in China and how China has revolutionized the payment system, particularly using your phone, where you can go and purchase a lot of things using a similar social network.
Slow down. It's a podcast. It's talking like it's on radio. There's 5 minutes to talk.
Reporting from the Central Convention Center. Samkele, we've got 2 minutes.
You're going live. You're going live.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Good luck. Go. BRICS. Breathe. Have a sip of
grandeur.
Lay back.
Cheers.
Yeah.
We want to hear you, bro.
Yeah, come on. We with the friends around the bride.
Well, I think to make it a little bit also simpler, you've got to kind of give Abantu like simple analogies for them to understand what is BRICS. BRICS are guys who and people and groupings of countries that were tired. Think of it in a school context. You were getting bullied by this group of guys. And those guys, because they were picking on you because you were singular, it was just you. You can't walk past those guys, and like all the time, you're getting hassled. So suddenly you decided, look, there's actually quite a lot of us who are undergoing the same sort of like discrimination, bullying, whatnot. Why don't we just walk past these bullies together? That's how it started. So 5 guys decided, let's just walk together. Common interest. We feel like we're not getting enough from this schooling environment. And it's petegagbi. So what can we do? We can band together. We have common interests, right? Not enemies. Common interest. A lot of people think BRICS is about enemies. It's not. It's not anti-West. It's about common interests and strategic interests.
Love that.
Can you give us a breakdown, Samkele, from the inception of BRICS? Because if I stand to be correct, I think we're the last to enter. Which president was it, and how did we get in the game?
It's something many people will never want to hear, especially those who are too embroiled in divisional politics. South Africa entered BRICS because entered BRICS in the tenure of former President Zuma. Jay-Z.
Not Thabo Mbeki. But Thabo Mbeki, through ECOWAS, was the man who planted the seed. Zuma entered us in, took us to a certain level. Then your man, the inventor, decided to take it a step higher. So in simple terms, all 3 presidents have played a critical role. 100%. And all of them deserve equal recognition. But to simplify our point even further, on BRICS, BRICS is an alternative to what we're also seeing within the South African media landscape. Hence, people don't want Samkele Masego serious on TV. They want something chilled like this. Hence, you guys are also, in a way, you replicate, in a media perspective, what BRICS is also doing within the broader political and economic landscape globally. Anti-establishment.
Yes.
People are tired. So we're BRICS.
Yes.
Where's the man? Where's the man?
Where's the bricks of cash?
Eating.
Christina, Faustina,
The Stina boys.
I get you. So can you simplify? I love the way you broke that down, man. Can you simplify the currency? So what's going on? Are we having a new currency? What's going on with that?
So maybe let me take the currency thing a little bit back. I'm adding on to what Samkele was saying. So money is very crucial. And in the 1970s, basically, America basically said our money will not be pegged to a substance like gold, right? We're just going to go off vibes. So American dollars are vibes. It's based off branding, right? It's actually a brand because they say our military power, our interests across the globe, etc., allow them to print this money so that they can control things. Then the biggest thing that hits people outside of those that use the dollar as their currency, like America, etc., you get hit by something very simple, which is interest, my brother. If you have to understand how money is created in the system, money is created off nothing, it's created off interest. So what happens is that these guys can print money, but you have to work twice as hard to create the new money that was not existent even for them. So what you actually get is that you realize that the system is rigged. And that's why BRICS said, why do we have to trade with each other in a currency that we both don't own? And then you have to go to the petrodollar, which was basically using dollars to buy the energy of the world, which is oil. Right? So they got all of the OPEC countries to accept dollars as the way of trade to buy crude oil. So BRICS, again, is asking themselves, Mara, this thing ain't sense, Buffett. Why do we have to use that guy's money to buy things between the two of us? When une oil, mina ngine mali. I've got money of my own. So that's where currency became a necessity, right? And also the way of money moving around the planet was important. That's why some people are saying the SWIFT system, a lot of people don't even understand, but I'm sure you guys have done gigs elsewhere in Africa. So finally a SWIFT number, right? Yeah. That number actually tracks imali going around globally. And it's Western owned. Right? They're tracking it in their way. And you actually can't move money without a SWIFT number. So that's why the BRICS guys said, we must have an alternative. Listen to this. We're not fighting what you have. We are saying there must be an alternative. And that's where the currency conversation is coming. And also, we want to finance our own things in our own currency, where the interest rate, we don't have to pay in your currency, which you deem to be more valuable than ours.
But let us thank Brother Leader for that. For instance, Muammar Gaddafi was still alive.
Yes.
And the role of Libya. He came up with that. He came up with that African United States of Africa, and he came up with the African currency to trade amongst African countries, which also gives credence to the incumbent president, mind you, because he also, when he came on board, in one of his first interviews, he said, "Look, we need to look at the issue of the currency and the currency that we globally trade in." And his close relationships with the Crown Prince in Saudi Arabia, which is the biggest crude oil producer in the world, and today has signed pacts with China to trade in the Chinese currency when they trade amongst themselves with oil, and with 3 oil countries coming on board, 2 BRICS. It tells you it's a new global order. It's a shift in geopolitical tectonic plates that are shifting towards the east rather from the west.
Are we talking about physical money, or is it just a concept, the currency? Or are we talking about like
the proposed one?
Yeah. Are we talking about like, are we going to have physical BRICS money? Or
So it might, there's a couple of suggestions on the table. One of them is that it could be bond notes, right? So bond notes is primarily just government bonds that go out there. Then whatever currency you have, that bond is backed by whatever currency you have. That would make it actually a little bit easier if they went that way, because then what that would mean is that BRICS would have a bond. So the bond would then be weighted across all of the countries that are in BRICS. So we would weight it ourselves. We don't need anyone else. So then we say, our bond is X this much. Ne? Then you, as the South African, would say, we need X amount of rands for one bond into that thing. So therefore, how many rands do we need to pay to get a bond or part of a bond to buy oil from another country, from another? So we need something that basically centers us to say, your money, my money, where do we value it and how do we value it? And that's one of the ways,
But also that issue of the currency, and to simplify it on how each and every one of us, on all 54 million South Africans, can benefit from this particular BRICS, is if those 3 crude oil producing nations can trade directly with these specific nations, and in particular with South Africa, in order for petrol to be cheaper for you and I, to make it easier for us to go about our daily lives with the increasing cost of living throughout the country and the high escalating petrol prices that we are seeing day in and day out. So BRICS will not be meaningful if there is no material change and material benefit
so
to MacG and
the average guy.
Please break down how are we getting the petrol now? How does it work now?
The current system is that we are using global markets to trade and to get crude oil into the country.
So we go to Saudi Arabia. We say we want oil.
Yes.
Well, not even Saudi. We go to global markets. And they reside in global centers of power. So imagine even in another sort of I would say understanding. The platinum that is taken here from Royal Bafokeng goes to London, to the London Mineral Exchange. And people globally buy it from there.
What the fuck?
The United States of America globally has taken over the oils of many countries. You look at the oil. Nigeria is the biggest crude oil producer in the African continent. But Nigerians don't own that oil. It's like us with our gold. Our gold is extracted.
100%.
It leaves our shores.
It goes to a centralized market.
And then we have to buy it from them.
The same. Angola has oil, gentlemen, right here. to share a pipeline from Angola straight through Namibia, Botswana, Izofika, Northern Cape is a simple exercise. I'm not even lying to you. Why can't we do that? It's because they say, no, you must sell this thing there first. I call it then is a Banduin.
What bullshit?
That's why BRICS is important, guys.
Okay. You say it's important, right?
Yeah.
But the average person is asking themselves, we've been a part of BRICS for a while. How has that benefited the men on the streets, being part of BRICS thus far?
It has benefited the ordinary man on the street, particularly with the relationship China and South Africa has. China is South Africa's biggest
Number one
market trader globally.
Is that thanks to BRICS?
It's thanks to BRICS, because if you look at the relations over the past 15 years, the trade between South Africa and China has grown at about 200 or 300%.
It blew up.
It blew up. It comes from 19 million US dollars per annum. And today it's sitting at about 554 billion US dollars. And that tells you that South Africa's biggest trading partner globally is China. China's biggest trading partner within the African continent is South Africa. But also, China is our direct competitor with the gateway to the African continent. Africa's biggest trading partner amongst all African countries is none other than Mzansi. On the African continent, we are the biggest trading partner of all 54. Okay, well, there's Morocco as well now. 55 African countries. We're the biggest trading partner with our problems of electricity.
And that's important. One of